Hello there, and welcome to Dr. T for May the 15th. We're starting off with some Riflemen, and we are gonna blow some things up first. I double checked. At level 7 artillery, you should be able to do around 1300 damage, which means with 2 artilleries you can take both those defenses out, which means you only need 8 energy to actually pull that off. 2 more for a flare, which means 10 energy, and this attack is looking fairly reasonable. Hopefully. I don't know. Obviously, then it gets a little more intense. Throw a shock down. I would suggest flaring before the flamethrower starts destroying your guys, but hey, you know, it's totally up to you. And with that, hopefully, with minimal or no losses, you should be able to take down Stage 1. Moving on to Stage 2, which definitely forces us to suffer more casualties. Mostly because of that crazy shock launcher in the back there. So, flare you guys, hard left, they're gonna start getting hit by the shock launcher, that's okay. As they move up into the range of everything else, flare onto that shock launcher because it's most important that that thing friggin' dies and dies quickly, and then let your guys kind of clean up whatever defenses they can. Now, I kind of let things roll and just sort of do the boom cannon. You don't necessarily have to take it out. Likewise, if you still have some energy, throw a shock down on that mortar, because that mortar is going to do some damage to your guys, and you could very easily prevent it. Also, the heal's not absolutely needed. I'm just trying to keep extra guys alive so that I can do the next level without refreshing troops and kind of speed things along. And obviously, you don't even have to do that because I'm going straight into the next level without refreshing guys. Anyways, Stage 3, I am trying to minimize my energy usage, so I didn't use a flare to group everything up near those 2 puddles of goo, but I would strongly suggest, if you don't want to lose half of your troops because they're wandering around drunkenly, flare onto the puddle of goo. Well, sorry, not onto the puddle of goo, beside the puddle of goo. That'll allow the first guys to get there and start cleaning up the puddles of goo, but it'll still keep the last guys moving towards the puddles of goo. And then the other important part with the flare here is drop your guys into the safe zone of those rocket launchers, and then target the mortar first. So you're going to flare onto that mortar, so all your riflemen go after the mortar right away while they sit in the safe zone. It's just a sniper tower picking off one of your guys a second, so as they kind of go through and shoot up everything, that sniper tower will be taken care of and it's a non-issue. The sniper tower in the south will actually have range and continue picking off on your guys, but that's okay. It can't reach them all and it can't pick everything off. So if you've got the GBE for just under 6k, you can just straight up kill it, or you can throw some heals, or you can try to flare your guys up and out of range, or you can shock it. You can do all your things, and you should be able to take down Stage 3 relatively easy. Moving on to Stage 4, we're switching back to good old-fashioned tanks, because Stage 4 is not rifleman friendly, and also most of my riflemen are dead, so, you know, it's just easier to switch over. It could be very, very easily done if you've got the GBE to take out the 3 rocket launchers, or even if you only have the GBE to take out the 2 rocket launchers furthest from the HQ, and that shock launcher just behind the HQ, you could actually run your troops up into the safe zone inside of that rocket launcher area, I guess, and let them take out the rocket launcher as well as the cannon and the sniper tower. But then you've got to worry about, you know, mines and throwing heals. So tanks is just a lot less thinking, because all you got to do is land on the right-hand side, flare over, and let them take out the sniper tower. Obviously use some GBE to blow up the shock launcher that was next to the HQ, and then throw a shock down, mostly just because I don't have medics. Hopefully you've got medics if you're attacking this. If you do, this is a breeze, because basically it's just the fact that there are a couple rocket launchers slowly grinding my tanks down, and then I end up having to flare onto like every single freaking defense, which is brutal. What might be easier is if you actually flare up a little closer so that they attach to those defenses before the HQ. Now, I'm also throwing heals here that are not necessarily mandatory. It's just because I don't have any medics, and I have so few targets for the rocket launchers to pick from. They're guaranteed to hit the same targets every single time, and I'm just trying to keep my tanks standing so that I don't have to refresh my troops for level 4. So, again, those heals aren't mandatory if you've got like a full load of, say, maybe 10 tanks. If you lose 1 or 2 to these rocket launchers, it's not a big deal. The other 8 will continue pinging away, and eventually you'll get the win. Or if you've got medics, your medics will just sit there healing the crap out of them with their magic wands or whatever. I'm not sure how a medic heals a tank, but I really don't want to delve into it because I'm kind of afraid of what I'll find. Anyways, stage 5. With this attack, throw a barrage on that shock launcher because it'll take out all those stupid boom mines all around the shock launcher. And then 1 also for the boom cannon. And then use artillery to finish the 2 off, obviously, depending on how strong your stuff is. But what I do suggest is split that artillery with the rocket launcher that I split my boom cannon artillery with. And that will make sense later on, even though you're leaving a sniper tower with next to no health standing, and you're like, but wait, there's a sniper tower with next to no health standing, what the hell? Also, for the record, I am running this no boost. So this is 4 tanks, no boosted, and just my regular statues, which are all down in the comments, or the signatures, or whatever. They're all over the place. So, flare up, hard left side. Next up, obviously, throwing a stun on the sniper towers, who actually hurt my guys. And here's the big trick. Watch out for that freaking boom cannon we left standing on the right-hand side, because it is just out of range. Like, just out of range. So, you'll see here what happens when you don't keep your guys just out of range of that boom cannon. Bloop, there it goes. And then a simple flare will drag it back in. Now, here's why I told you to shoot at that rocket launcher. Hopefully that rocket launcher is hurt right now, and if you have any free GBE, you can throw that down onto that rocket launcher just to clear it out and reduce the damage that's being dropped on your troops. By taking out that rocket launcher, there's also a mortar down in the south. If you've got the GBE to take that one out also, by all means do. If you can get down to just that one rocket launcher that's firing at you, 2 boatloads of medics. I've got 3 medics, they're level 8 or something, so that works out to give or take, 5 or 6 level 1 medics. Like, I'm hoping most people are running higher, but whatever. So you should be able to actually heal your troops as they work down the HQ and get yourself a nice easy loot pinata win. Unfortunately, due to some technical difficulties and ridiculousness, I will not be doing stage 6 or 7 today, but it is what it is. Hopefully stages 5 through 1, going backwards, actually help you guys out. Thanks very much for watching. If you have any hints, please comment below, and most importantly, have yourselves a great day. Oh, there it goes. See ya.